So the purpose of an interview to end the application process very often is to give the admissions committee an opportunity to verify all the information that you've indicated in your application. Hi, I'm Seraphine and I'm an admissions coach at Icon Plus. So for the law interview, they'll definitely want to ask questions about you. They want to find out why you want to do law. And then also, they might give you scenario-based questions where they expect you to apply your reasoning and critical thinking skills. They don't need you to know the law, but they want to see that you're able to pick out key information, break questions down, and then apply your thinking skills. And to maintain an objective perspective on things and to see things from multiple perspectives, and then, just argue both sides of the argument. Another important skill to demonstrate during the interview is your ability to articulate your thoughts clearly, to present your arguments logically, with good English, of course. So all that comes together to make sure that you're going to be able to perform well as a law student and then eventually as a lawyer. This seems like a very simple question, but actually it can be broken down into much smaller components. What they are really looking for is whether or not you've got a definition of petty crime, whether you know what petty crimes are. Then they also want to know whether or not you know of alternatives to jail. So are you able to dissect the question? Are you able to think critically? And when you say solution, what does the solution look like to you? Are you thinking about rehabilitation? Is no re-offending the final goal? And does the person who's committed the offense need to make compensation? Also, are you able to propose options, right? Or do you just have a one-track mind? When it comes to formulating your answer, also think about things like the age of the offender, the background, were there victims, and what kind of damage was made. So there are different factors that you need to consider when it comes to just a simple question like this, right? And it will really help to show your thought process if you think out loud and ask these questions and state that these are the things you would consider when it comes to formulating your answer. I want to know how up to date you are on your current affairs. They are looking for evidence that you are widely read and that you have gathered your information from multiple credible sources. And you have the awareness and ability to see different sides of the situation objectively. You shouldn't take information at face value. Of course, they might want you to take a stand at the end of your question, but you need to show that you have considered all aspects before coming to that conclusion. So, what are some of the things that you need to consider when tackling this question specifically? What's the history between Russia and Ukraine, right? What's the relationship between all parties, NATO and the West? And what are the possible repercussions if NATO and the West step in? So it's not an easy answer. There are so many nuances and complexities that you have to factor in. So obviously you need to be able to justify your answer, whatever decision you come to, but showing that you've made an effort to think about all aspects and all arguments before coming to that conclusion. My advice to candidates would be to be authentic and to be yourself. Very often we come across candidates who think that they need to go in very serious. Just let your personality come through, because if you try and stifle that, then you wouldn't be authentic to yourself. Interview is the opportunity for you to tie everything up in a neat little bow. You've got the different stages of your application. You've got your grades, you've got all your testimonials that have been submitted, and the interview is the opportunity for the admissions committee to just verify everything and see consistency in your application. I wouldn't go into an interview and just talk about all your list of achievements and toot your horn about what you've done. All that's already been submitted in your application, right? This is an opportunity for you to explain further, reflect, and show them that you're able to have mature thought.